What's going on, Movie Meals?
Hey everybody.
We assume if you've clicked on this, you understand it's a fantastic beast and where to find them. Spoiler review.
Lots of spoilers may
So
drop.
let's just jump into it. How about this
Yeah.
time you go first, though? Give us a little bit more on your positives and
Me?
negatives, spoiler-wise. Let's talk all about it.
Going to this movie, I was really curious about with the time placement in this because this is going to be before the Harry Potter franchise is taking place in the 1920s, especially in America. So I wasn't quite sure how this was going to turn out for me. And for me, it worked very well. Like, not only did we get to see what magic is like in America, especially in the 1920s, but also like it really did have the 1920s vibe, and that's what I really enjoyed in this. And not only that, but with the combination of getting back into this magical world that was Harry Potter, as well as adding a lot of creepy factors here and there in the movie as well, was really one that stands out for me. And also, this was a very funny movie. I really enjoyed all of the laugh out moments. There was a lot more than I thought there was going to be, and I think that it worked very well in this movie. And you especially got that from the characters of Newt and Jacob, who I thought worked really well together. They were one of the standouts for me, and they both gave really great performances.
Yeah. I like this movie. No, I like this movie a lot. I wanted to see 2 hours of them in the case. I really cared more about that. Like, I wish they would have done something where Jacob's character would have, like, I don't know, helped out Newt for the rest of his life, like, and been a worker with him, because I really liked their dynamic. I loved being in that case, man.
The case scenes were awesome.
You know, it's weird
just seeing
because
all the different beasts in there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
If you guys have seen the non-spoiler review and now you've jumped over, you already know our ratings. I have a feeling it's going to feel like I hated this movie, because my negatives I'm very passionate about when we get there. But my positives, just to hang on real quick, my positives are I really, really liked the characters acting. I think you're nuts. I really liked Tina. I thought she was exactly what she needed to be to help push Newt, and I think the reason you don't see her do more is because you don't get Colin Farrell and not use him, and they needed to put him in more of the movie. You got it. You know who's a waste? Jon Voight. The whole newspaper waste of time. Didn't need it. You don't need to kill this kid's son. It was a waste. It was just pointless. I understand why.
And also that character was written weird too. Like, he didn't need him to be like as obnoxious. Yeah.
Sorry, we're in positives now. I did think the writing worked in a lot of places. I think it was a little like I don't think it was her. As a first screenplay she's ever written, I really thought this worked.
Yeah.
It does have some issues. It does feel like two movies at times. But I really liked Eddie Redmayne's perfect in this world. He belongs in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I did like Colin Farrell's performance, but I thought his character was kind of a waste.
Yeah.
And since this is a spoiler review, we knew Johnny Depp was going to be Grindelwald in it.
Yes.
And so I was expecting it. And once he handed the symbol to him, that's when I knew, all right, it's probably going to be Grindelwald. Like, I have a feeling it's going to happen. And I really hope they bring Colin Farrell back. I hope he didn't. I don't know the Harry Potter lore that great, so I don't know if this has already been talked about or not. I hope they didn't kill Colin Farrell's character.
Yeah,
I hope they didn't kill him and he took his place. I hope it's a Mad-Eye Moody kind of way where he just, imprisons the guy and then takes, he took Mad-Eye Moody.
He took over the role, yeah.
His look. I hope that's what happens. And I'm excited for future installments. I thought this movie did a great job hooking up future installments and getting ready for it. I'm excited to see this incredible battle we know is going to happen that's happened with Dumbledore and Grindelwald, and I'm looking forward to that moving forward. I think Johnny Depp's a great actor to have play him.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I really liked the positives. The beasts were cool. That was the coolest part of the whole movie.
Yeah, all of them were just really fun and really awesome to look at. Yeah.
All right, what about you? Negatives?
With my negatives, yeah, a lot of characters were very underutilized, like you said. Colin Farrell, I thought, deserved more time to shine, and the Shaw family stuff, especially with Ezra Miller's character being a part of that, also definitely was not very needed at all. Every time the family was back, I was like, this is weird, and I don't like this at all. I want to go back to watching them catch all the bees. That was way more fun comparing to seeing them all moping around saying the witches are here and playing hopscotch as they're chanting about witches and wizardry. Oh yeah, and that word. But the family, going along with this family, seeing what they're up to was the part that really was the big takeaway for me. And I'm sorry, but I don't think Tina was used that well. It's not that she was a bad character. I just think that she deserved more of the spotlight in this movie because I just felt like that she was just there along for the ride.
I
I didn't really feel like she pushed Newt Scamander's character at all, to say the least.
I don't disagree. I wish she did more, but I think we're gonna get her in future installments.
Oh, I mean, probably, but for a first movie, I would really like to see that.
Well, I thought this worked as a first movie. I thought she was perfect. All right, let's get into it.
Oh,
The whole Salem family didn't need to be in the movie. Waste of time.
yep.
I thought the way they explained, I don't even remember what they called Ezra Miller, those
Credence?
creatures, or no, that was his name.
Oh, the
But
magic
with
cloud thing.
Yeah,
I just called the magic cloud thing.
I liked that. I thought it looked cool. That was a cool thing.
I did
Could
get
have
Green
been-
Lantern off of it
Could have
with the cloud. I did get that a little.
calm down, DC.
I'm just saying, I got it
Could-
a little.
Could have been. I feel that could have still played out without having to go that way. Like that. Like we didn't need a boy who's been. I mean, you can still have a boy who's been beaten by his mother. That's fine. And the way they shoehorned in Tina into it, all it did was kind of bug me. I was like, what? So she got in trouble for doing that. Why was she even there in the first place? Well, they only did that so that someone would be able to talk to him at the end.
Oh yeah.
I really thought Eddie Redmayne was doing a good job of that. I thought she could have gotten in trouble with her higher ups in a different way that you can explain quickly in a sentence. Like, oh, I did this on accident and now I'm trying to redeem myself. And then you could have just had Eddie Redmayne been like, I was a weird kid in school. Kids didn't, I was alone and I understand what it feels like. Let me help you. You could have pushed that more to help Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller did not, he's a great actor and he did not need to be used so poorly. And you don't need this whole Salem whipping thing. You just don't. Like, you can do it in a different way than having those weird scenes with the little girl and like
It
setting
takes
it
you
up
out of
so
the
you
movie.
well you think
It
it's the
really
little
does.
girl and then it's not and like it's
Actually,
and
that part worked for me.
and all the scenes where Colin Farrell's like hugging him and he's like, you gotta help. Like, it was like, well, let's see more of Colin Farrell do more. I
Yeah.
understand why. It makes more sense why that he's actually Grindelwald.
Yeah,
that he
once
has these
the end of the
weird
movie
mannerisms.
happens, you're like, oh, I see. what's
It
going on.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And so it worked more for me at the end.
Yeah.
But I still think there was, and that's why, because at the halfway through the movie, I was like, I can't stand Colin Farrell's character. This character's bothering me.
Yeah.
I like him a lot more after the twist, so I got to give that to the writing. But it still, I think, could have been done a little bit better. It could have worked a little bit better to get us to that point. Again, also some of the CGI I thought looked really bad. At some
really?
spots, I thought it was like, really?
Oh.
Like the spot where she jumps with the teapot or whatever, like she's jumping over him
Oh,
as he's going down.
Okay.
Looked
yeah.
so on a green screen.
That was
And a
also
few-
that was also just really weird to watch. I was just like, why the okay.
It
that's
looked weird.
alright.
And going and finding the beast was so fun. I had fun with it.
That was
Do
definitely one of the
more
highlights.
of that. And Newt doesn't need to have one of those things, the like extracted magic or whatever it was in that ball that then Ezra Miller is also one of those. You don't need him to have that for him to actually still care.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need that. I liked all the shout outs of his past and Hogwarts. I really like that. I really wish we would have gotten a Dumbledore
all
cameo.
the sprinkles in of the past Harry Potter movies, like all the small references, worked very well for me. and I was
Yeah, they
surprised
did.
by that.
And they didn't beat you over the head with it like,
Yep.
you're a fan of Harry Potter, let's make sure you know that you're in Harry Potter. It
Yeah.
worked well that way, but
it was quirky.
the stuff
To
I
say
didn't
the
like,
least.
it could have been executed better. Like the beginning scene in the bank, I really enjoyed that scene.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm like, did
Yeah.
they switch cases? Did they switch back? No. He actually had his right case the whole time, and then they end up switching it, and like it was really cool. And you're right on Jacob, the character Jacob. Like, he is us, like we want to be wizards. I would have been like, please don't let me go walk in the rain.
Oh yeah, he was exactly. He was the character that we would feel like in that scenario.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really what the actor did a great job of. Like, he did a really great job of being so in awe by what was happening around him. And it was surprising to me at the end of the movie because I didn't think I was going to care about this character that much. But that ending scene with him and having to have him wipe away his memory of anything magic related was so touching to me. Like, I was really taken aback by.
I did
how
get a
much
little
I
teary
care.
eyed, especially
I
at
know,
the end when she walks into the bakery.
Queenie
And he's
does,
got all
yeah.
the-
Queenie
he's-
was also. I thought I was gonna be annoyed by Queenie, but I wasn't.
No, I really liked her.
Yeah, me too.
I really liked her.
I was very surprised, and I liked the two's chemistry together as well.
I did too. I liked the girls. I liked both of them, man.
I liked Queenie. I liked Tina
Just
too,
'cause
but I
she's
just
blonde.
felt like she was underutilized.
No, man, I really I liked the movie, but those
Yeah.
things that have bothered me bad. Like
Mhm.
I've listened to a few reviewers online, and a lot of people are like, "I really like this movie," and actually only a few have aligned more with my views, which have. I mean, not that like my views all, but it was just interesting to hear all these other opinions because I really like. It does feel like two movies at points, and there was a way to write it and put it and edit it and put it together where it could have felt a little bit like it could have flowed more. The flow and
They
the
just missed the
pacing was a
mark a
little
bit.
off.
Yeah.
Man, I really did love the character. The little creature that's like shoving gold into
so
him and
worked
so
perfectly.
funny. Worked great
Yeah.
at the beginning, but you don't
And the
need the
little-
Salem thing.
The little grasshopper beast too.
Oh,
that
so
was hanging on.
cute. So Baby Groot was all I thought of. I was like, this is
I
see,
didn't.
this is the
I didn't. I can't
WB
believe
being like, we need our Baby Groot. So
I did
let's
not
do this.
think about that.
They're
I
gonna
did not-
sell so many plushies of that thing.
Oh, probably.
Like, and I loved it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I loved it.
But it just worked so well that it's gonna sell merchandise.
It will. No, this is a good movie, but I'm excited to see more. I really
I want
to
to see Johnny Depp as what was his name?
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald. Okay, I almost said something completely.
That's
different.
the wizard. That's the wizard. I don't know much, but what I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to try
don't
to
know.
explain
I
what I
don't
do.
know anything.
He
so.
is the wizard. Well, they explain it in the films and the books.
Yeah, but I still don't know very much.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Grindelwald gets like expelled from a different school he was at. He then meets Dumbledore. They become really good friends. He's super powerful. He gets into the dark arts, and then he kind of goes crazy looking for the Elder Wand.
Right.
And then remember, Dumbledore then takes the Elder Wand from him.
Yeah.
Who
yeah.
then goes to Voldemort. Voldemort actually ends up in the storyline killing Grindelwald in a prison he builds to try and throw his own like people he thinks is bad in there. So and Dumbledore and Grindelwald are supposed to have this like iconic battle in Harry
Like
Potter
an
lore
epic
and canon,
fight.
like considered the best battle of battles. I cannot wait for them to cast a young Dumbledore
Yeah,
and to
I'm
see
down
that
for
fight.
that.
You know, I was reading a thing online today about names they were thinking to play him,
Mm-hmm.
and the name that stood out to me the most was Ian McGregor to play a young Dumbledore against
That
Johnny Depp.
That would be awesome.
That would be. I really like that choice.
I'm on board with this now.
There were a few
I'm on that
choices. There were a few choices. I was like, I'd be okay with it. Some
Yeah.
I was like, no. But that one was the one that stuck out in my head. It was actually Collider. If you haven't seen Collider Movie Talk, go check it out. It was their website that posted it. I was reading it.
They'll definitely see our shout out.
They won't.
Yeah, I know.
But no, seriously. So I liked the movie a lot, but it
Yeah.
it has those glaring problems that just didn't work for me in some ways. It does feel like two movies. Some of the characters I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
thought could have been utilized better. And you know that some people, if you love this movie and you thought it worked, I'm so happy you thought it worked. I
Harry
really
Potter
enjoyed
fans
the
will
movie.
enjoy this movie.
I'm a
You
Harry
really will.
Potter fan. I really liked this movie.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 for me is my score. Its problems. This movie could have been a 9 to me, and its problems. Like I'm not thinking like sometimes I'll say an 8, but I'm on the border of thinking 8.5. I'm in between 7.5 and 8, but the Beast alone put it at an 8 for me.
Yeah, I'm still at 7.5. If you saw our non-spoiler review, that's what the score I gave it already. But I really enjoy this movie, and I agree that there was definitely glaring problems, whether it was the writing or just some of the editing stuff and the tempo and all that. But nope, 7.5 out of 10. This is a very good movie to continue on with the Harry Potter lore. So go check it out. Yeah.
What did you guys think? Comment below. Let us know. Subscribe, like, hate us, do whatever you want. And remember, keep eating food.
Yes.
Keep watching movies. That's what
Both-
matters.
Both are a great combo.
And don't let anyone get upset at your opinion.
Please don't.
See you later, guys. Mom, thank you.